Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Duggan, and I'm here with Kyle O'Connor.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going well, Kyle. Thank you.
I know I said guys, but it's just you. I was talking to the audience.
So you don't care about me.
I do, but
you know what I care about?
What?
Diablo 3, because it just keeps getting better, Kyle. They keep patching stuff and adding more things, even though I'm not paying for it anymore.
I know.
I've already spent my money. This is all just extra, and I love it.
Every time I get on Hearthstone, I just see you playing Diablo, and I get a little jealous.
That's not the What's New tab. Let's check out what's new. So this is patch 2.3 and Season 4. So we have some seasonal rewards. That's something that happens basically every couple of months. But we're going to check out exactly what's going on in patch 2.3. The emphasis being on a new item called Kanai's Cube, which is a little bit reminiscent of the Herodric Cube from back in the day. Deckard Cain!
Deckard Cain.
Heroes. Okay, so Kanai's Cube is much more multifaceted than Kane's old box. We have a lot of things going on, even though we just see the same 9 little slots that you can put stuff into. I'd have to identify that first. So what we can do with Kanai's Cube is extract legendary power. This is really exciting. So basically, let's go over here and just have a loot explosion before we do any of this. Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1. Loot explosion! Oh my god. I don't know what's happening.
Another feature that you may note, it was very quick for me to pick all that stuff up, because if I click something like a crafting material, and then there's more of that crafting material laying around, it'll just pick it all up.
Oh, and that's a new addition to this patch?
It is. There's less clicking, which I'm always a fan of. I'm going to use Deckard Cain's old book to identify these strange new items. So basically what you just saw there was that was a bunch of rewards from doing the Act bounties, and what's included in those are these Act-specific crafting materials right here. And we're going to need those to craft with Kanai's Cube. So what I'm going to go do right now, let's go check out some of the cube functionality. Basically what this does is it allows you to get the legendary effect of an item without actually having to wear it. So let's say, for instance, I really like the legendary effect of these Nemesis Bracers. Shrines and pylons will spawn an enemy champion. So anytime I click a shrine, I get a sweet elite pack. But I don't want to wear them because, look, it's just a all-around downgrade.
It's garbage.
It's garbage. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them in here. I'm missing a crafting material.
Oh, God.
You'll notice I spin everywhere.
Yeah, you're just a torment for anyone who's selling anything in that neighborhood.
You were saying specifically anybody selling any kind of paper is
pamphlets
just the word.
Or anything that is not fastened.
So I'm going to put one of each of these Act-specific crafting materials. Dude, I'm just terrible.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of stuff. I won't lie to you. Okay, now we're good, right? Yes, now we're good.
I'm hoping so.
If you're ever confused about the recipes, you can just click this little tab and it'll all pop up. There's a bunch of different recipes.
So
there's 7, in fact. So what we're going to do here is do all that. I'm going to put in my bracers. This is going to consume the bracers, and it's going to give me a little warning. It's like, it's going to get rid of this. You want to do it anyway.
Do it.
Say yes. And now it says new legendary power extracted. So now what I can do is I can go here, and we just have a couple pages of all the different legendaries. And I've only extracted a couple. So now I'm going to click this, and lo and behold, shrines and pylons will now spawn an enemy champion. So when we do a Greater Rift in a minute, anytime I click on a shrine or pylon, I'm going to get a sweet elite pack there.
So it just passively adds it as long as it's selected in those 3 slots.
Yes, and I don't have to wear it, which is cool because stuff like the Furnace, which is a great weapon, but almost everybody who's using it just for its legendary effect, now you can just put that in there. And there's a whole bunch of other things you can do. So another thing that's really important to the loot progression is if, let's say I have Blul Kathos's, what is this, charge? The main hand. Solemn Bow. So now I can bring this in here. The stats aren't good. I'm looking for an ancient version of that. I'm going to toss a bunch of these crafting materials in. This is actually kind of an expensive process. And then I'm going to hit this transmute button. It's going to re-roll everything on it. And that's actually quite good. If we look, that would be an upgrade. I would just have to re-roll the probably the either attack speed or the chance to deal damage off there and get a socket on there. But there's some other stuff we can do with this. So you can reforge the legendary, which is what we just did. We can upgrade a rare item. So I could take this item, put a bunch of materials in there, hit transmute, and then it would upgrade into a random legendary.
Oh.
Which is really cool.
That's impressive.
Convert a set item. So let's say I just keep getting this, but I need the other sword. I need the offhand weapon. Then I could convert a set item. It would turn it into the other one. Remove the level requirement. This one blows my mind because you could have a fully geared out level 1 barbarian.
Well, what's the cost for it? Is it
20 rank 25 plus Gem of Ease, so that's a gem that drops off of a Greater Rift boss, and then an equipable item, so it's not that bad. Ranking it up to 25 is actually kind of a pain, so it's a thing. Convert gems and then convert crafting materials, which I have not messed around with and don't really see a need to, but certainly an awesome addition. And that whole thing is unlocked just super quickly. I don't want to talk about this too much, but from this new zone, which is called the Ruins of Sescheron. Now, did you play Diablo 2?
I did, yeah. Obviously a very long time ago. I'm a big fan. You know this. You and I have talked at length.
Absolutely.
I'm a fan of Blizzard. I'm just a Blizzard fanboy, but a lot of time playing Diablo, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, things like that. So
I thought this looked a little bit familiar, and I realized that in the Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction expansion, there's a barbarian walking out these steps to meet Baal and his army, which is standing across from this bridge, and he's standing right in that circular platform, and he goes, "Baal, you shall not pass these gates," and then Baal like shoots some magic missiles at him, and this is what happens to him right there. So if you actually go back...
So much for not passing.
If you go back, and then of course he comes in here, and...
What was that pack back there by the bridge? It moused over and it said...
It's got some lore.
Barbarians pack.
So it's got some... a little bit of history about what's happened here. This is the zone which you unlock Kanai's Cube, but beyond that, it's just an additional zone for both rifts as well as bounties. So it's cool. It's not the coolest thing. The coolest thing is definitely the cube. We're going to go ahead and go back to town real quick. And let's jump into a Greater Rift. Let's see what we can do.
Make it happen. Show us. Show off. That's what this is all about.
That's exactly what you were completely right.
I understand you.
You know my psyche.
I know your mind.
So we're going to do a Greater Rift. This is not a brand new build I'm showing off, but it is a relatively new build. And this build focuses on Whirlwind. Basically, the idea here is I'm just going to get a bunch of bonuses to using Whirlwind. Because of these set items, I'm going to have much more Fury than normal. Because of these bracers, every time I destroy a wreckable object, I'll get a big speed boost. So I'll just be a huge whirling dervish.
That's awesome.
Of destruction. See that my friend has quite the filthy mouth, so that's
you're just heading it off. Good call. That is well played.
Okay,
make it happen. Show off.
Okay,
this is your time to shine.
So normally you would need a Nephilim Rift Stone. If we wanted to do Rift, you don't need that anymore. You can just jump into a Rift, which is nice. With the Greater Rift, if you recall, you'd go into this like trial, and it'd be like, how many waves can you defeat? And then based upon that, it would give you a number. No longer is that the case. You can just straight up select it. And if I wanted to unlock Greater Rift level 59, I would just have to play 48 in a certain amount of time. We're going to jump to Greater Rift level 45, which is equivalent to the hardest difficulty in the game for regular Rifts, which is Torment 10. So here we go. Going to see what kind of time.
Impress me.
I promise you I will not die, hopefully.
Little known fact, this is actually how James walks through the office.
Yes.
Spins and holds his fist out.
Hitting people. There's been many HR violations filed against me.
It's okay. That's why we gave you your own corner.
So the way this build works is I want to be hitting as many enemies at a time as possible, because that's going to allow me allow all my skills to cool down faster, and then that in turn will allow me to not die and deal more damage and stuff.
No wonder
like that.
You're always on this.
It's fun, man. It's a good time.
I'm a big Diablo fan. The numbers, the big numbers.
There's a lot of big numbers. I could have just picked a really easy difficulty.
Nah.
But nah.
You gotta earn some street cred.
All right, so now this should spawn an elite pack, which it has, and it almost killed me. That would have been embarrassing.
That would have been funny. Typical IGN.
Can't even play video games.
Can't even play Diablo and whirlwind his way through a Torment level 45 dungeon. Rift.
So I will say the play style of this particular build is not the hardest thing to wrap your head around, but that being said, it gives you really good situational awareness. You're able to dodge like any kind of ground telegraphs pretty easily.
You're moving really quickly.
I am moving really quickly. I can get going really fast here if I run into some wreckable objects. Let's see if we can do that for you real quick.
You spin me right round, baby,
Right
right
round. You can notice on the right-hand corner of the screen that we have that completion bar
Nice.
based upon how many people I've killed.
So is this just like a speedrunning build? Because it looks like a speedrunning build.
That's exactly what it is. In fact, every competitive, well, I say competitive, every optimal build in the game is like a speedrunning build. You need to be fast, you need to do a lot of damage, you need to have a really good tank. There are not like specific archetypes in like a lot of RPGs. Like in World of Warcraft, you have a tank, you have a healer, you have ranged, melee, DPS.
Yeah.
In this, every character needs to be a combination of tanky, damagey, and then being able to heal yourself, so you need some kind of lifesteal. It's kind of imagine just playing like Olaf in League of Legends, the video game.
Oh, yeah.
Or any melee ADC for that matter.
ADC, get out of here.
Like brawler, whatever.
Tank. Oh, well, now the term is
Tryndamere.
juggernaut, but
Sorry.
Olaf is not a juggernaut. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's calm down. I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand. The League of Legends, you start talking about it and your blood starts boiling. Whoa!
Oh no!
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
I was real close. I was distracted by our League of Legends
I know,
talk. I forgot to hit
and
my
then
buttons. I forgot to hit one of the 5 buttons I have to hit, Kyle.
It's one of those things when it's like when something gets said wrong, I'm just like, oh no, that's not right. Use the force, Harry. And it's like, oh god, that's not right at all. I can't tell you how wrong that is.
You ever seen that image? It's like Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
It's like
Use the force, Harry.
Yep.
And then it says Gandalf. You're
Yeah.
like, that's not right. That's not right at all.
It's good stuff.
I can't tell you how wrong you are. Oh no, wait, I got time. There we go. You're almost halfway there.
Almost halfway, and that lead should increase the longer I'm playing. Just because I have a lot of things that stack, both legendary gems as well as passives and stuff like that, that are going to give me more damage, as well as increased attack speed and strength and stuff like that.
I mean, this is fun. Like, I see why you're playing this a lot.
It's fun.
Just steamrolling through places.
You know what? I've found that almost every patch... Oh, this is going to be great. Everything will die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conduit pylons are everybody's favorite. Although, I have to say they become less... They're not as good as power pylons the farther you get into the game. Although they seem immediately the best because they just destroy everything.
Paragon level 423.
There's people who Paragon level like 2,000. It's insanity.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, a power pylon. Oh, I've never had these at the same time. Everything should die basically immediately. Those don't last very long, though.
Come on.
So what this power pylon does is just increases my damage by a cool 400%.
400?
Yeah.
I'm glad they went subtle with that one.
Let me check that number. You know what? I'm not going to because I'll die. But
No, don't do it.
somebody in the comments fact check me.
Oh, that's horrific.
Fact
You
check
didn't
me.
have to ask for that. That's
Fact check
happening.
me like Donald Trump. Go. Okay, we're getting real close. And this is going to leave us plenty of time to kill the boss. Now, this particular build that I'm using, its absolute weakest, I guess, just thing is single target.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems like it. But how do you combat that? When
So there's a rune that has been introduced now. It's a legendary. It's a legendary gem that increases damage against bosses by 25% in addition to some other cool effects. So it's just basically built for these a lot of these
AoE builds?
Yes, and the majority of actually almost all builds except for the Hammer of Ancients build for the Barbarian are AoE focused. Just because 90% of the combat in this game is like
Large
20
groups.
people at a time, yeah. And as you increase the torment level or the difficulty level of these rifts, more and more enemies will populate them. So, and it gets difficult to see what the hell is going on visually at some point, but you kind of just get you turn your targeting computer off, Luke, if you will. And you just
That took me a little too long. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? What targeting computer?
There's so many nerd references
Yeah,
I can't
no,
even keep up.
I'm sorry, guys. Let's check this out. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. What's this thing? Shield pylon? That's all right. I guess I just don't have to worry about dying. So there's the
Yeah, you
shield
were
and
at
speed
risk, so-
pylon, which they're kind of like, it's better than nothing, but I'd much prefer to have a power conduit. But hey. So just to give you some idea, this is Rift difficulty 45. People have gotten up to 70 on their own, which blows my mind because
On
my
your
build...
own?
Yes.
Wow.
I think in a group it's more like 80. I'm not 100% sure.
That's crazy.
But Riftguardium Leviosa.
Just stop! You're killing me! I'm dying inside with this stuff. Just stop it.
Rhyme is actually one of the most difficult Rift bosses, so I'm really glad we couldn't just have a nice easy ending. I'll try and stay alive with this.
Street cred. You're earning it. Show us.
Alright, wait for these cooldowns to come back up.
Oh, so you got to rely on cooldowns like a scrub.
Yep.
I don't know why you pulled me into this. I'm just going to make fun of you the whole time.
That's why you're here, dude.
Let's do this. All right.
I just keep spinning. That's how this build works.
Just keep
Let's get
spinning.
a lot of
Just keep spinning. Just keep spinning.
We're branching off into so many different genres.
That's all right. Let's hope. Hopefully they find us entertaining. But I know the comment section's like typical
fine.
IGN.
Hey, why don't we? You know what we should do right now?
What?
We should promote our Twitters.
Oh yeah, you're. Are you Thuggin' Duggan?
No, I should be.
Oh, why aren't you Thuggin' Duggan?
You know what? Maybe I should change
If
it.
my last name rhymed with something like that, that's all I would. I'd be like Duggan.
I'm
Thuggan.
It's James Duggan for now. But
It's
go
James.
ahead and shoot me a tweet if you want me to change my name to Thuggin' Duggan, because
It
maybe I
should
should.
be Thuggin' Duggan for
It's
sure.
way more BA for sure.
Uh
And you,
oh. Okay,
What's your
I'm
Twitter?
Kyle. That Kyle. That's my everything. That's my gamer tags. That's my.
Social Security.
yeah. Called Obama up. I said, hey, I got to be consistent. Can you make it Kyle that Kyle? Yeah, it's Twitter, Instagram.
He's like, I know. That's how you vibe with the use.
Yeah, that's hello, fellow kids. That's how I feel nowadays.
Basically.
Let's do it.
Ever since I booted up Snapchat, I'm like, I'm
Oh, yeah.
old.
It took me way too. I was like, what? How do I Snapchat? What is this about?
And where are there no menus in this thing?
Yeah,
I
what
didn't
do-
understand. I had to like swipe the access to menu. You should check out our Snapchat app, by the way. It's
Yeah,
quite
it's
excellent.
really good. Chastity and the Snapchat team just kill it.
Killing it.
Killing
Speaking
it.
of killing things, this Rift Guardian's about to die. Like that sweet transition.
Woo! What would you get? Anything good?
bam. Ooh, yes. Okay, so
Green
that's
is usually bad. So green.
no. Green
in-
is the best item.
I know. Green in
Oh.
World of Warcraft was bad.
Yes, it is. But green is set. This harkens back to the Diablo 2 days. I got 2 pieces of Immortal Kings, which is fantastic because that is the.
How do you know it's Immortal Kings?
I just know
You
because
just-
I'm a boss.
Just that's the life you lead.
I'm gonna upgrade these gems, hopefully successfully. Come on, big bucks, no whammy, big bucks. You ever see the documentary about that guy beat that game and put that game out of business?
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
People
He
are too
beat them,
smart.
and then they like call him like a criminal the entire documentary. I'm like, no, he's just smarter than you.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
Get wrecked, scrubs. Learn to play.
I got a sweet potion, which is nice. So basically what that is, if you aren't aware, I can just put this in here, and it's an infinite use potion, even though all potions are infinite use now, and it does this additional effect. So I heal, but then I heal 60% of my life plus 88,000 over 5 seconds. But that's not too bad. That's like a little bit less than 10%. I have an Immortal King's helmet, which is great. It may even be better than this one, which is Ancient. By the way, Ancient just means it has this gold border around it. It just rolls with higher base stats.
Oh,
So we
okay.
can see the strength for my helmet can max at 750. The strength for this helmet could be 1,000.
Whoa.
So
Those
that's
are
a
big
whole
numbers.
other level of awesome. And then the Immortal King's Tribal Binding, and this whole set is used for the Hammer of the Ancients build, which is extremely viable. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been patch 2.3 in Diablo Reaper of Souls. You know what? If you already bought the game, it's free. Check it out.
Free stuff is the best prize.
And we should, I should say that they added new sets. So the way they're doing stuff now is they just kind of tailor make these items and these legendaries with the idea in mind to have it all revolve around a set. So instead of just being like, there's 5,000 quote-unquote viable builds, when in actuality there's like 2,
Yes.
now there's legitimately about 3 viable optimal builds per character, which is really exciting. And they're only going to add more of this stuff. So, for all things Diablo 3, keep it right here on IGN.